game is on. And we welcome you into the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It's Charleston visiting the Shepherd University Rams, a men's and women's doubleheader this evening. I am Matt Crawford along with Matt Miller doing the color commentary for this one. We will switch roles for the guys' game. A 5:30 tip here for the women. And for the men, it'll be a 7:30 tip for roughly 20 minutes to a half hour after the women's game gets done. Matt, early season action here. Both teams have gotten off to a pretty fast start, speaking of Charleston and Shepherd.
Yeah, both of these teams, you look at it, almost identical when you consider they both come in at 3 wins and 1 loss. And ironically enough, when you look at the loss, it came against the same team, California University of Pennsylvania, in Game 3 of the season for Shepherd. They suffered a loss here at home against Cal UP, 78-60. When you look at that Charleston score, it was 70-53 in the second game of their season, but that one was on the road at Cal UP. Otherwise, these two teams almost identical at 3 and 1. You've got Fairmont State as the last opponent for Charleston, coming off of a win against the Falcons, 63-55, while for Shepherd, a conference win against West Virginia State last time out, 84-74.
And I don't want to say a surprising start for Shepherd, but a very, very young team are these Lady Rams this year. So to come out to the start they've had so far this season, again, a 3-1 start here for the Lady Rams. It helps that the games were at home. It's always good being at home, have that home atmosphere. But I think a little bit of surprise for a lot of people, again, because while there is that senior leadership with Liz Warm and Carrie Langford, girls like that, this is a relatively young team.
Yeah, you add in Kayla Tibbs as one of those seniors as well, but that's it. 3 seniors right now that are on this roster, and the rest younger players, juniors, plenty of sophomores, a few freshmen out there as well. And right now, a whole host of players have contributed. As you look up and down the stat sheet, there's just one young lady in Gemma Mokai who's played 2 games. Tarisha Henderson has played in 3 games. Maddie White has been in 2. So when you look at 4 games being played, everyone has had an opportunity to get out there and show Coach Jenna Eckelberry what they can do.
And let's take a look at Shepherd's points per game. You think of women's basketball not nearly as high-flying as men's basketball, if you want to put it that way. You just don't see usually the level of scoring on the women's side. But Shepherd starting the season off very well offensively, averaging 75 points a game over their first 4. But on the defensive end of the court, they're giving up 70. So not where that point differential wants to be, I'm sure, for Coach Eckelberry at the beginning part of this season.
Well, you look at the points they've scored, and a lot of that came in Game 2 of the year right here at the Butcher Center as Shepherd beat Shaw by an 86-71 final. Add in the 84 points in the win against West Virginia State on Saturday, and certainly this team is lighting it up. When you look at the points allowed, the low total has been against Winston-Salem State in the season opener, where they gave up 59. The other 3 times, they've given up 70 or more.
And let's take a look at Charleston. They're scoring about 70.5 a game, which is right about what Shepherd is giving up a game, and they're giving up 63. So it's going to need to be a very sharp game offensively for Shepherd, but if they can continue to keep teams where they have been throughout the year, it looks like Charleston is going to fit right into those stats so far this year. But Shepherd on the offensive side has to be able to score at least 70 or more points this year, or tonight.
Yeah, Charleston scored 89 in their opener, a win at Mercyhurst, 89-58. But since that time, have not scored above 77. They scored only 53 in the loss against Cal PA and against Fairmont State, 63. But the key in that one was they held their opponent to just 55 points. We'll see whether their defense can begin to slow down this Ram offense today.
Game 5 of 6 to start the year right here at home in Shepherdstown. It's been that way the last couple years, especially with that Clarion Hotel conference tournament they have at the beginning of the year for the men and women's basketball teams here. So they're starting a lot here at home early, so it's good that they're taking advantage of these home games.
Well, they have to. Chip Ransom, sports information director here at Shepherd, he and I were talking just moments ago as you were continuing to work out some bugs in our setup, and we were looking at how many games are here in November and leading into early December, and what that means is in the month of January, just 4 times will the Rams be in this building, and in the month of February, only 3 times will Shepherd be here at the Butcher Athletic Center. That means they need to get these wins now, take advantage of home court, because the later this year goes along, the tougher it's going to get.
Yeah, you have a couple of strings throughout the beginning part of 2019. We are going on the road for 3 consecutive games, the 5th through the 12th of January. Then once you get into February, the 2nd through the 9th of February. Again, 3 road games in a row, so it's good they're taking advantage of the home games right now. All right, we're going to get into break. Then when we come back, we'll take a look at what we think.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
And we welcome you back into the Butcher Center on the campus of Shepherd University, home of the Rams. All right, Matt, before we get into starting lineups, so wait till those are officially announced before we speculate, because you and I, we can get things wrong. It's been bound to happen from time to time. Let's look at some keys to the game first. What does Shepherd need to do? I know early, still a small sample size for the season so far, but what does Shepherd need to do offensively to get a win and get win number 4 on the season here tonight?
Well, Shepherd's got to protect the basketball. Right now they've turned it over on average about 17.8 times per game, which is actually -2 as they're taking it away only about 15.5 times a game. They've got to protect the ball against a good Charleston defense, and they've got to rebound. This is not a huge team for Shepherd, and yet they have been very solid on the boards. They actually lead their opponents in rebounding 35 to 34 a game. And lastly, they've got to take good shots. When you look at their shooting percentages right now, it looks like, they're taking some decent shots when it comes to 3 points, as they're hitting 47%, 26 of 55. They've been kind of selective there, but shooting only 27% from the floor as a whole. Got to be able to knock those shots down.
And what do they have to do on the defensive end of the court to try to stop this Charleston team?
Well, again, you got to be able to protect that glass. It's a Charleston team that out-rebounds their opponents 39 to 28 per game this season, and you got to turn up that defensive pressure. They've turned it over 20.5 times a game. I think Shepherd can get a few turnovers today.
I can see that happening too. All right, I believe we're going to pause here for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups. We'll hear them live right here at the Butcher Center.
We now ask you to please rise and remove your hats as we show support for America and our troops in Oklahoma along with the playing of our national anthem. squads versus the visitors. The Charleston Golden Eagles. Number 5.
And we welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. It's time to take a look at the starting lineups. PA announcer Patty Alter getting through those now. We will give those to you as they get out on the court with some of those numbers. Again, Matt, here in Shepherd, they've started extremely well, including the women starting 1-0 in the Mountain East Conference. This is a team that was predicted to finish 10th in the Mountain East Conference this year. You got to like how they're starting that early, starting the Mountain East Conference and getting it off on the right foot.
Yeah, you mentioned being a young basketball team and to come out and get wins in your conference early, and especially to do it here at home, always good.
Absolutely. All right, the starters have been announced for Charleston. Let's take a look at that starting 5. It looks like at the guard position we will have Gracie Roberts. The senior goes 5'9". Also at guard, 5'8" senior Rosiah Farrington, I believe that would be. Down low in the 4, could be a 4 or a 5. Let's go with Deanna Sanders. The senior goes 6'1", so a big body. Down low, 3-guard offense. It looks like Charleston is going to run number 23, Brooklyn Pennell, just a sophomore, again starting at that number 3-guard spot. And also could be a 4 or a 5, so probably going to have 2 4s or a 4 and a center for Charleston. It'll be Anna Hayton. She goes 6'2" and is a junior. For the Shepherd University Rams, Coach Jen Eckelberry in her 5th season already here in Shepherdstown. The starters, no surprise at guard, senior Kayla Tibbs. She goes 5'9" from Leesburg, Virginia. Carrie Langford at that other guard, also a senior, 5'7" from York, Pennsylvania. At 1 forward, it'll be Sydney Clayton. She goes 5'11". She's from Frederick, Maryland. Liz Mormon, the senior, 5'10", from Newmarket, Maryland. And also running that small forward, also 3rd guard, will be Marley McLaughlin. So there is your starting 5. McLaughlin, a sophomore, goes 5'8", from Haymarket, Virginia. And we are just about ready for action here in Shepherdstown as both teams make their way towards the jump circle. 3-person officiating crew tonight here at the Butcher Center. And there's a jump on. It is tipped in the backcourt and is got by Charleston. Number 5, Gracie Roberts, brings the ball up the court, goes into that right wing. Sends it down low, working it inside, and that ball is thrown away on the inside. Pass intended for number 42, Anna Hayton. Just like that, 1 turnover for Charleston.
Well, you watch Charleston in their warm-ups, and with their bigs, they were working that high-low setup, and that's exactly what they went to with that first possession.
Shepherd brings the ball up the court, working it back out top. Over into the right corner, back up to the top so they go set up their offense. Carrie Langford working it at the point. She is going to drive right, go up. And that is good. 2 points for Shepherd off the get-go. First offensive possession. Carrie Langford, the first 2 points for Shepherd on the day.
Yeah, Deanna Sanders there defensively, but could have gotten some help on that drive when no help came. Made for a pretty easy shot.
Charleston looks like they're still trying to work it outside, and there'll be a foul call down low. Not sure if that's going to be on Langford or Sydney Clayton.
Both there on the double team of Anna Hayton. Hayton goes 6 feet 2 inches tall out of Parkersburg South High School in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Inbounds pass working down low.
Tied at 2 here, just a minute into this ball game. Carrie Langford bringing it up for Shepherd.
That was Brooklyn Pennell getting that last basket for Charleston.
Charleston trying to work that trap, but Shepherd breaks it pretty well as that ball is tipped. Yes, we wasn't sure if that got a little bit of the hand or if that was indeed tipped out of bounds. But it'll stay Shepherd Ram basketball. 8:51 left here in the opening quarter. 16 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, nice cut to the basket by Sydney Clayton, but that pass from Liz Mormon got tipped away.
Back up top at the top of the point. It is McLaughlin, and she will throw it away as we're going back the other way.
Concerted effort to try to get it down low to Sydney Clayton. She goes 5'11" out of Frederick, Maryland, but that pass had a little too much on it.
Again, so far it looks like Charleston is going to be working it inside a lot, but on this drive they look like they're going to spread it around the top of the key. Shot from the outside, that is up, and it is good. Number 42, Anna Hayton. 6'2" Hayton knocks it down from the outside. 5-2 Charleston lead.
Yeah, good open look just left to the top of the key. She was able to knock it down.
Deflected, so that will not be a backcourt violation, and some body as Langford was trying to extend that left arm a little bit and try to get a little bit of an edge there.
Foul on Gracie Roberts. She'll pick up her first, team's first.
Inbound pass. Langford will take it at the top of the key and set up the offense. Again, looks like they're trying to run a lot of offense down low. Charleston not giving way to any of it. There's a good pass down low, up and in. Good feed over there in the corner. Sydney Clayton puts it up and in for two.
And a nice move, good body control by Clayton to be able to work around a defender.
And then a walk there by Charleston, number 10. Rozia Farrington will get charged with the walk right there. And Shepherd has a chance to go up on this possession.
I like what we're seeing right now out of this Shepherd defense.
Both defenses playing well, trying to take away that inside presence. There's a little bit of a hook there on Charleston. Trying to get it down to Liz Mormon. If she could have got that ball a little bit sooner, would have had a pretty clear lane right to the basket. And they do get it to Mormon at the top of the key. Still working it around inside. Good pass inside, up and in again. Number 24, Sydney Clayton. Back-to-back baskets for Clayton. Shepherd takes the lead, 6-5.
Yeah, what a pass by Kayla Tibbs. Right over the outstretched arm of the defender, right to Clayton at the rim where she could lay it in.
Again, driving a little floater in the lane. That will not go, and Shepherd will go back the other way. They do not have numbers, so expect to slow down and set the offense up, back up to Langford at the top of the key. She will set up the Shepherd offense.
Again, good defense by the Rams, forcing a tough shot.
And again, it's Clayton.
Yes.
Clayton, 3 consecutive trips down with a basket for the Rams. As Charleston has gone a couple minutes here without getting a basket. Good ball moving around the top of the key. Up right above the foul line. That'll be off the side of the iron, and Shepherd will move it up the court. It'll be Langford again driving in, up, and too strong with that one. But good offensive rebound, and we'll get a foul on the floor. Good offensive rebound by McLaughlin right there, putting her body in there and making sure she came down with that offensive board.
Yeah, she snuck right up underneath of a Charleston player, and that led to the foul on Anna Hayton, who just kind of held her ground. Didn't really see McLaughlin get up underneath of her.
Shepherd again trying to work inside again. It goes to Clayton, and yet again it is Sydney Clayton. Boy, she having a good first quarter, Matt.
Oh, absolutely, and Shepherd head coach Jenna Eckelberry and her staff clearly seeing something that they feel they can take advantage of, and right now they are.
Right now Charleston cannot stop it, as it'll be Liz Mormon with the contact foul at the top of the key. That is not a foul you want right there if you're Shepherd. With all the momentum working your way, you've got to be able to move your feet.
No, but you like the aggression at least. They've been very aggressive on the defensive end. They've forced a couple of turnovers, have certainly forced some tough shots. They've rebounded well, and that's led to a 5-point lead.
Charleston bringing it up the front court. Working it around the top of the key. It's good pressure by Shepherd there at the top, right around the midcourt line. Out in the left wing, shot for three is up, and it is good. Rozia Farrington, the three-pointer right there, and just like that, Charleston draws back to within 2 points.
And not bad defense there by Shepherd. That certainly wasn't a wide open look, but Farrington, even with a defender close to her, decided to take that shot and knocked it down.
Mormon driving left, goes up and off the back end of the iron. A lead-out pass that is just too far out of the reach of Farrington. It'll go back the other way.
Yeah, good hard drive by Liz Mormon, just to shot it a little bit too strong. And then Charleston getting too fast to trying to get down the floor.
Carrie Langford bringing the ball up for Shepherd. She's going to drive right, go up and off the back of the iron yet again. And just like that, Charleston's bringing it back the other way.
Back-to-back trips, pretty decent looks for Shepherd. Drives to the basket, just couldn't connect.
Good take right there. Gracie Roberts for Charleston. She started right, worked her way left, went up and in off the glass.
Quick 5-0 run, ties it at 10.
Langford again at the top of the key, works it all the way over. A three-point try, deep three, and that rolls in and out, but an offensive rebound. Who else? Sydney Clayton working down low, and it'll be a timeout, Charleston. as they have no idea what to do with Sydney Clayton. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, it'll be Charleston basketball. You're listening to Shepherd Ram basketball on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR TV.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back into the Butcher Center. Shepherd a 12-10 lead just about halfway through this first quarter of action. Charleston again. Oh, they're going to get a moving pick right there on number 1. That is Ambria Williams, who has come into the game after this timeout. And not a good way to start the game if you're just coming in off the bench.
Now trying to be aggressive offensively, use that screen to help lead to maybe a good look, but you got to hold your ground on that screen, can't get caught moving.
Langford again bringing it down the court, working it around the top of the key is Shepherd. Good ball move on the outside of the key, but not trying to get it down low. As they try to find Sydney Clayton right there. Good defense, and Charleston's coming the other way. Have the numbers up, and rolls around the rim, but good offensive rebound by Charleston. Three-pointer from the left corner, again off the front of the iron, and it'll be Shepherd Ram basketball going the other way. Kayla Tibbs working it up. She tries to find Carrie Langford, but just past the outstretched arm.
Well, again, good transition defense as Shepherd was able to get back, contest, make that a tough shot even after the turnover. After the rebound, Charleston went for the quick 3 instead of resetting that offense. Shepherd went the other way, but again, just too fast.
Both teams have kind of adjusted their style of play. They were starting trying to work it down low, and now are really working more out around the perimeter. 10 seconds left on this shot clock. Charleston looking for a shot, and there's another walk right there. Ran into number 10, Razia Farrington, ran into a wall of Shepherd Ram defenders down low.
Yeah, I think the last brick in that wall was Sydney Clayton, who again has had an outstanding opening quarter, really on both ends of the floor.
Mormon gets above that half-court timeline. Works it over in the left wing to Sydney Clayton. Clayton looking down low, nowhere to go. It'll be brought back out to the top of the key, and again, it'll be Carrie Langford trying to set up the offense. And we'll get a foul down low on Sydney Clayton. Looks like there's 2 defenders on her now because Charleston could not stop Clayton early on in this game.
Ellen Shepherd still, despite that double team, making the concerted effort to get it down low because Clayton is getting the job done.
Clayton will go to the foul line here. Up and rolls around and will fall off the front of the rim.
Clayton this season an 80% foul shooter, 8 of 10 coming in, but missed that first one.
That one up and in for Clayton as Shepherd takes a 3-point lead. 13-10, 3:24 remaining here in the opening quarter. Charleston trying to find something they can hang their hat on offensively. Good block down low, but again, the offensive rebound for Charleston up and rattles around, will not go in. Another offensive rebound, and then we get a jump ball call. So good defense on a couple different occasions there. Good job by McLaughlin down low at the initial block. Look out of box out there. When you have that good defensive play, you have to find a way to get the ball, and they do via the jump ball here.
Yeah, Ambria Williams doing a nice job inside, battling for that loose ball for Charleston.
Oh, good fake right there. Down. Oh, and they get a walk. They will get a walk. A little bit of a slick spot on the floor right there. Kayla Tibbs with a good move. I guess was faking the pass to the outside and then rolled to the inside, but a slick spot right in the middle of the paint.
Yes, shame that she lost her footing because that was a very nice move that gave her an open spot in the lane to either shoot or potentially find a teammate cutting to the basket.
Again, after a nice little 5-0 run, Charleston has gone cold a little bit. Good screen there at the top of the key. Nothing came from it. Oh, surprised that wasn't a walk. Look, a couple more steps than two. And they'll get some action down low as we get a foul called on the Rams. Being inbound from the baseline. Coming up here for Charleston.
That is on Clayton, and that will be her second personal foul, and so she's going to have to go to the bench right now. Let's see how Shepherd responds.
Hannah Myers in the game for Shepherd. She came in that last timeout as Liz Mormon comes back in for Clayton. We have a foul call, and that'll be on the shot. Charleston will go to the line for two.
Shepherd seemed to get caught a little flat-footed on that inbounds pass and then the cut down the lane.
Farrington at the line for two. Nice form there. Could not get much better than that on the first foul shot.
It's amazing how this gym goes almost silent before the free throws go up.
And 2 for 2 from the line. Good form. As Farrington gets a couple from the foul line to draw to within one. Long bring back up the court. She gets trapped, manages to get away, but then stolen and bring it back the other way is Charleston. They have numbers. Will they use? They move right down the lane. Good take by Gracie Roberts, as it is now a 14-13 lead for Charleston.
Hey,
so another mini run here, Matt.
There it is. Nobody stopped the ball, and a nice move by Roberts to take it right to the rim.
And another turnover for Shepherd. And Charleston will have the ball again, working their way back over the half-court line. Looking to capitalize on a couple of Shepherd turnovers. Kicks it to the outside, a three up, and it is off the back of the iron. And another offensive rebound. That's now 3 over the last couple of possessions for Charleston. Good job down low.
Yeah, Deanna Sanders able to go get that ball. That 3 ball sometimes off the rim really caroms out.
And again, Shepherd drawing, using a couple of defenders there, and they get the steal, and they work it back the other way. Both teams playing a bit of a trap defense as Langford moves up, and she will airball that one over the rim. Not sure that was the smartest shot selection there.
Both of these teams have been looking to score pretty quick in that shot clock.
Yeah, both teams up tempo. So another kick outside, and we have an offensive foul on Charleston. A good job setting the feet down low. It's number 14, Hannah Myers, in the game after that first timeout, and a good job setting her feet down low.
Second foul on Gracie Roberts, and so now a Charleston starter is out in foul trouble. Joining the Rams, Sydney Clayton.
So a couple of big names already in this game sitting on their respective benches. Langford setting up the offense. Nobody really down low at the moment, playing a lot on the perimeter. Liz Mormon trying to find room down low, but there is none to be had. And we'll get some contact down low.
Looks like that foul will be on Charleston. Madison Jones committing that personal, a 5'4" guard out of Sissonville.
Carrie Langford at the line. Up and in, Langford's first foul shot, good.
Charleston in a little bit of foul trouble early on in this ball game as they're already over the limit in this opening quarter. And
Langford 2 for 2 from the foul line. So Shepherd regains the lead at 15-14. Charleston working up, and not sure where the contact was there. Okay, great play by Liz Mormon, but it will come back and be foul number 5 on the Rams.
Carrie Langford, the one actually to get that ball and start down the floor, but as it is, gets called with the personal. That'll now be her second, so you got a pair of starters for the Rams now on the bench.
Madison Jones coming in the game for Gracie Roberts, and her first foul shot up and through. Maddie Jones now stays perfect. That is 4 for 4 for her so far on the season, 2 for 2 coming into this game.
Oh, and with that, Charleston regains the lead. It's really been a back-and-forth opening quarter.
Shepherd again trying to work it down low now. Looks like they're alternating just about every possession which way they're trying to score. And a off-balance shot that was not looking good from the get-go off the side of the rim. And Charleston to bring back up the court and try to set up their offense. Just 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter here in Shepherdstown.
Yeah, tough runner down the right side of the lane for Hannah Myers, but almost managed to spin that in off the glass.
Farrington looking for her opening, and she will find one in the middle. Jump shot floater in the lane off the front and back of the iron. Will not go, and that'll be the end of quarter number 1 here. 16-15, Charleston has the lead by 1 point over the Shepherd Rams. We will be back with the
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
Been the Sidney Clayton show for Shepherd. Right now, neither one on the court.
Yeah, foul trouble early on for both.
As Charleston gets the ball to start this second, they work up and in and off the front of the iron. It'll stay Charleston basketball.
And Deanna Sanders getting it down low, turned to her right, but could not get the shot to fall. But another offensive opportunity. Charleston's done a nice job on the offensive boards.
We'll get this ball back. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. And a forced shot there. Did not look good from the get-go by number 2, Jordan Spears. Shepherd will bring it back up the court. New point guard in the game. That is Lindsay